Hi everybody, so this video is all about how to fully recover from depression. So first of all, let me tell you what full recovery isn't. So full recovery isn't when, for example, before you used to be depressed every single day and feel really low every single day, but now it's kind of like half-half, or even most of the time you feel okay, but other times you don't feel great. That's not full recovery. Full recovery also isn't when you have an area of your life that's going really well. For example, often on my TV show, I do a show about mental health issues. I have guests coming on sometimes who say they've come from terrible past, been through so many problems in their lives, and now they say they are happy and recovered because, for example, they have a great partner, or their kids are great. They're now parents, and all their happiness is based on having those children or having that partner or something else, or a great career, for example. That isn't full recovery. Just because there's a good area in your life but you still feel low, you still feel that heavy, sickly feeling that I know you all feel if you're watching this and you are depressed, doesn't mean you've recovered just because there's one area of your life that's going well. So for those that don't know, let me just give you a bit of a background about myself. So I was depressed for around 7 years. I had panic attacks, felt horrible all the time. I had some OCD symptoms as well, where I would kind of have this dread kind of feeling in my stomach, and I used to get these voices in my head, not audible voices, but just like a really strong conviction that if I didn't do certain things, like pick up someone else's rubbish in the street, then I would something really bad would happen to me, or something really bad would happen to my family. They would die. And all these horrible things that used to come to me. So I had a lot of insecurities, I had anger issues, so many things were going wrong for me. And I dealt with that for 7 years of my life. I had counselling. I was able to speak about my problems and express myself. But unfortunately, the counselling kind of helped a bit. But to be honest, it wasn't what I needed at the time. I needed a solution for what I was going through. So anyway, I was going through all these problems and I was looking for help. I tried all sorts of things apart from the counselling. I tried candles, I tried those kind of essential oils to try and calm me down, and all those kind of things. Oh, and by the way, one of the biggest problems I had was a phobia of death and getting old. It was a terrible, terrible, terrible time for me. So I know exactly how you feel if you are depressed, or if you have any of the issues that I've mentioned. I know how you feel. I know how it feels to wake up every morning and suddenly realize that you are still in that situation, you are still depressed, and that heavy feeling comes and sits on your shoulders and it sits on your chest, and it's so like it just takes over everything. And no matter where you are, even if it's a beautiful sunny day and everyone seems to be smiling, but you feel like crap, and you look at other people and you wish you could be happy. I know exactly how you feel, but I also know exactly how it feels to be fully recovered from depression. Now, I'm going to tell you about what helped me to fully recover, and full recovery is possible. So let me tell you what full recovery is. It means having no symptoms of depression at all anymore. It means waking up every morning and feeling peace inside. You feel happy. You look forward to the day. I'm not saying you don't have bad days. I'm not saying you don't have difficulties in your life, but none of those things will make you feel depressed. So you wake up happy, you look forward to the day, you face things, you're full of energy. That's what full recovery is, and that's what I have. That's what I was able to achieve. So how did I achieve this? Bottom line, faith. That's it. In my opinion, that is the only way you can fully recover from depression. Now, I know if it's mild depression and if it's, things, maybe things happening in your life and you manage to solve those issues, then yeah, normal conventional things, people take medication, they have counseling and they recover. They're happy with their lives. But I'm talking about the deeply seated issues, the things that really drag a person down, the past, things that happened to them, maybe some kind of abuse, maybe things like that, problems that they've been through, phobias, OCD, all these kind of things. How do you fully recover from that? How can you? The only way is faith. Because what do many depressed people fear? What is the main issue, the bottom line issue of many people that are depressed? It's doubts. It's a doubt about something. So in my case, I had a phobia of death. Why did I have a phobia of death? Because I didn't know what would happen to me when I would die. I didn't know whether there was life after death. I didn't know. What I feared actually was nothingness. I feared not being with my family. I feared not existing anymore. I feared just a white space and nothing else, which is what I kind of imagined what it would be like if, when I would die. So I had all those fears. So depression many times is actually a form of doubt. There's something that you're afraid of. There's something that you're unsure about of the future. So when you eliminate that doubt, when you eliminate that fear, the depression will go. And that's what happened to me, because I was able to eliminate the phobia of death, the fear of the future. I fully recovered. And, everything changed in my life. I'm not afraid anymore. I'm happy. I'm not afraid of my future anymore because, and let me explain faith to you. Faith, in my opinion, and how I've experienced faith, is a personal relationship with God, with a higher power, with a creator. Now, I know this is a subject that many people don't like to talk about, but I'm going to say it as it is. I'm not going to try and, hide anything or beat around the bush, because a relationship with God transforms a person. And I'm not talking about religion. I don't like religion. I don't like rituals and these kind of things, because I think religions are responsible for many bad things in this world. But I won't go into that now. But I'm talking about being able to talk to God, being able to talk to a higher power, being able to have a conversation like you would with a friend and ask for help. Because there are some things, let's be honest here, there are some things that we can solve on our own, right? There are some problems that we can deal with, we can get through all by ourselves, but there's some things that we can't do. There's some cases that are impossible. There are situations in life that happen that we need help. And that's where God comes in. So, I wish I could make you feel the way I do right now. If you're watching me now and you are feeling low and you are feeling like rubbish, like the way I described it, I wish I could just give you a little taste of what I have inside of me now, of how I feel inside of me now. But I can't do that. Something that you need to experience for yourself. So faith takes away the fear of the future. So, for example, if say you were going for, maybe it's a relationship, you're afraid of maybe being single. When you have faith and when you have a kind of like a dependence on God, you trust that He's going to provide for you. So you're not going to be afraid of staying single. At the right time, you'll meet the person that's meant to be. When you don't have faith, you panic. You panic about getting older. You panic about things that are going to happen. You panic about staying on the shelf, as they say, all these kind of things. And you can apply that to any area of your life. About jobs, say if you were to lose your job, for example, if you have faith, you're gonna believe, you know what, this has happened, but I believe I'm going to get something better. This has happened for a reason. I'm going to get something much better than this. I'm not going to be afraid. But there's some people that they lose their job and they're devastated. They're absolutely terrified of the future. So faith eliminates doubts. And when doubts are gone, depression will melt away. You'll see. So as I said at the beginning, full recovery is possible. So don't think, as I said, don't accept to just have crumbs of something, of just to have little tasters of happiness. When I was depressed and I was with my boyfriend, I had little glimmers of happiness when I was with him, but that was it. He was the only thing that kind of made me a bit happy, but the rest of my life was rubbish. So don't settle for that. Don't settle for just having bits. So for example, let me give a relationship example again. If you're in a relationship and say you're in a relationship where your partner's very abusive, but then you say, do you know what, it's fine because maybe 60% of the time he's really nice to me or she really treats me well, but 40% is hell. So do you think it's right do you think that relationship is right? Do you think that is a healthy relationship? Just because this person is really great 60% of the time, they make you happy, they make you smile, but the other 40%, they're beating you up, abusing you, making you feel bad about yourself. Do you think that's a healthy relationship? Do you think that's the kind of thing that's acceptable? It's not. So it's the same thing with depression. Don't accept to have a kind of 60-40 life, if I can say so. 60% of the time you're fine, but the other 40% is rubbish. It's horrible. Why not be happy 100% of the time? Why not be depression-free 100% of the time? It's possible. It's there for the taking. So my advice to you is, yes, do as your doctors say, take your medication, follow the advice of your GP, go for your counselling and everything. It's very good to talk. But if you want that change within you, the kind of change that can make you a different person, that can kind of make you reborn inside, so that the past, everything that happened in the past, everything that took place that was so negative in your life, all that can be as though it happened to another person when you have faith. You can talk about it with a smile on your face because you know you've overcome it. You know that past doesn't affect you anymore. That's what can happen with faith. But why is it there's people that deal with issues all their life? There's always a struggle. The things are always there. Those issues are always there inside. They never get over it. But I'm sure that if they had faith, if they had this relationship with God that I'm talking about, where you speak openly with this higher power, with God, something's going to happen. I guarantee something different is going to happen. And if you need more help with that, if you want to know more about how I did it, please do contact me. So I want to leave you with that, and just to tell you, well, the basic thing that I wanted to say to you, that full recovery is possible. I'm living proof of that, and I really want that for you as well. See you next time.